It's me!
All right, let's try this again. Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp.
It's me!
And I'm sure by now, of course, everyone is aware of the FBI's raid on Donald Trump. Of course. Of course, it's only been the #1 news story since it happened. But something you may not have seen. This clip is just gold. Watch this, watch this.
Is this unprecedented to arrest a former president for not turning in documents?
The former president that had committed this many provable criminal acts.
But what are the provable criminal acts, I guess?
Provable criminal acts. Well, I'm done talking.
The NPC meltdown. I love how he says provable criminal acts as if it was like the interviewer who brought that up. It's fantastic. But speaking of provable criminal acts, I'm going to start playing this clip at the beginning of every single stream, at least for, a couple Fridays in a row, because this clip, it seems to get harder and harder to find on the internet, which is just, it's so surprising. I mean, I wonder why. But yeah, speaking of provable criminal acts.
I was... Not but it just happened to be that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones, so I got Ukraine, and I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion.
Here we go. Best part.
They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, what, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Yeah, speaking of provable criminal acts. But of course, Biden can admit to committing a crime and who cares? So what? But Trump, let's raid Mar-a-Lago. Gotta find those nuclear launch codes that we somehow have misplaced. Surely Trump has them. All right. I wanted to start with something that would be slightly uplifting because, man, we got some shit to get through tonight. And trust me, it is uplifting, but it starts off sounding like it's not going to be. But you remember all those puppies that Fauci was experimenting on? Remember that? The story that, one of the mini stories that seems to have just gotten like memory hold, like shortly after it came out. Well, there's some good news on that front. Check this out. They rescued the puppies Fauci tortured. Hey, it's not all bad news.
Breeding facility in Virginia got to play outside today for the first time ever. The 30 dogs arrived last week from the Envigo facility in Virginia as part of a plan after a lawsuit filed against the facility by the Department of Justice alleging Animal Welfare Act violations. The dogs are not typical dogs. They've never touched grass or drank water from a bowl. Look at what fun they're having. The Adams County SPCA is no longer accepting applications to adopt the beagles. They've received more than 300 applications. All the adult dogs will be spayed and neutered this week and will soon be ready for new homes. The SPCA is directing people who still want to apply to check out the Humane Society of the United States' website. A breeding facility in Virginia got to play outside today.
They got him out of there, man. They got him out of the clutches of Dr. Fauci. Now, if only the rest of the world would be so lucky. Now that we got that out of the way, though. Like I said, we got some shit to get through today. First thing, and I'm just going to show these and not give any opinion because I'm a real news reporter. All right, it's just straight news coming out of swamp here. Is there really, or I mean, we were all told there was this big baby formula shortage, but was there really? I mean, so yeah, I won't give my opinion here. Let's just watch these.
I've got formula in the back of my truck, and I'm fixing to show you what the fuck they're doing with it.
Y'all, that's pallets of baby formula. They're dumping them. That's what they're doing with them. There's pallets upon pallets. I wondered why they had it stored outside. That's baby formula. They're breaking them down off those pallets. I'm trying not to be seen. They're breaking them down off the pallets. And watch, you're fixing it. The guy in the dozer.
Oh, and this TikTok deleted the original of this, by the way.
Oh my God.
The original upload.
Y'all, I'm not, that's baby formula. I've got baby formula on my truck, and that's baby formula.
Of course, yeah, there's a lot of things that people...
I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can without anybody seeing. That is stats. That's one of the mountains of baby formula cans.
There's just a lot of questions. I mean, I just got to put it that way.
They have just
I thought it was interesting.
thousands of pallets sitting all over there, all behind me, all in front of me. I've got a whole
I'm sure whatever this stupid song is in the background will probably get copyright claimed and ruin my monetization for this video. Yeah, of course we were going to talk about saying that, there was a recall and all that stuff, but that was a while ago. And of course people online are saying, well, they're probably like expired or, something or other, but they stopped production allegedly. And then there's a lot of questions, and I'm not allowed to ask any questions because that would make me a conspiracy theorist for just asking questions, which I would never do. I am not a person who asks questions. Never have been, never will be. Okay. Now we're going to get into what the hell is going on? I had to put that story about the puppies at the beginning so we could maybe get through this. So I don't know if you've heard this. And actually, I just saw there's another hospital that just announced this as well. Boston Children's Hospital gleefully encourages surgical, pharmaceutical, gender transitions for teens. As the first pediatric center in the country dedicated to the surgical care of transgender patients, we provide a full suite of surgical options for transgender teens and young adults. Yeah. And they made a bunch of videos about it. But apparently they got some backlash because they've already removed over half of the videos that they made on it. But see, it says this is the playlist from Boston Children's Hospital for all their gender videos. It says that there was originally 90 videos in this. 41 of them have been removed. and it just so happens they happen to be the ones that were the most egregious and the most just like, what the hell are you doing? But in case you're wondering, let's see what Boston Children's Hospital, this is what they're doing, okay? This is the new program.
Talking is definitely a topic that comes up for transgender and gender diverse folks, particularly people who have a feminine or female gender identity and were perhaps assigned male sex at birth. The purpose of talking is it helps them feel better, so more congruent and aligned with the body. And
by the way, right at the bottom here, YouTube just wants you to know, this is from an accredited hospital. This is so you need to pay attention to that. Oh, I haven't clicked the dislike button yet. There we go.
That they do have that can help reduce gender dysphoria. And gender dysphoria is that negative or that uncomfortable, distressed feeling that possibly comes with having a gender identity that's different than your sex assigned at.
Possibly comes from that. And what is the best way to deal with your uncomfortable gender identity than to take your genitals, tuck it, and tape it to further ease your uncomfortability? That sounds pretty damn uncomfortable to me, just in general.
So when I think about talking, I want to make sure that people are talking in safe ways. And I think one of the best...
Oh, yeah, crushing your genitals with tape. There's plenty of safe ways to do that.
Things that folks can do and families can do who are helping children.
And here it is. Already this video, I'm sure, is demonetized now. crushing your genitals with tape. I don't think you're allowed to say that and keep monetization on the video. Well, actually, I mean, I guess if I'm for it, they probably will allow me to stay monetized. I don't know.
Teenagers navigate this topic is talk to a gender-affirming medical provider that's involved in their child's care or that's involved in your care. I would really recommend that people take breaks from tucking. Often people can tuck for a long period of time, and we want to make sure that you're listening to your body, that you're not in any pain. So pain might feel like an uncomfortable sensation or a tingly sensation.
Oh, well, at least she's explaining what pain is. This whole thing is just, I mean, what the hell is going on? Next video.
In terms of how a gender journey looks, it's totally individual for each child and family. We see all sorts of different stories. There's no one way to go through a gender journey. There's no one destination. Every person is different and every family is different.
They made 90 of these videos. I mean, they had to work on this for months, if not like a year of production. Not a single person said, wait, guys, should we do this? This seemed a lot better on paper, didn't it? This doesn't seem to make much sense. You think people are going to be mad about this?
Usually the gender journey starts with some kind of gender exploration of determining, oh, I don't quite feel like the gender I was assigned at birth, and so now I'm going to explore what that means for me and what I might identify as. And at some point along the way, the family gets brought in, and then if it's appropriate,
At some point along the way, at some point along the way, we'll bring the family in. You know, once we've effectively indoctrinated the child, then we'll consider bringing in the parents. And if they disagree with this and they don't like it, we'll just have the state take the kid away, and then we'll forcibly castrate them. It's a beautiful thing, really. Gender affirmation.
might be medical intervention as part of that gender journey, but not everybody needs medical intervention or wants medical intervention. And so it's really a very unique journey for each family. But usually at the end of the journey, the family is closer.
And are you hearing this music? This is so upbeat. I mean, this is good stuff. We need more of this. I mean, as long as you color coordinate your shirt with the background, got some upbeat music on it, it really takes the sting out of chopping off your genitals. It really does.
Than they were at the beginning, and everybody feels good.
But what do I know? As I said, this is from an accredited hospital, so they must know what they're talking about. They're the experts, man. The experts have never been wrong about anything that they've said.
About where they've ended up.
Man. Let's see what else we got.
I think sometimes
how to feel more comfortable discussing gender with your doctor.
patients find it a little bit surprising when doctors are now asking about gender identity. Again, I think it's really, really great to demonstrate.
No, we all are very surprised that doctors are asking about gender identity. And it's not great. It's not great, no.
Great that your clinician feels comfortable asking those questions, and you may not feel ready to come out as a patient to your clinician, and that's okay. Your clinician is just showing you that it's a safe space in order to do that, and that they've had some training or knowledge about how to then support you as an individual.
No, what my clinician has done is just prove to me that they're pretty much as dumb as a person could possibly be, and I need to find a new doctor immediately before they try to hold me down and inject me with estrogen. Oh, jeez. I'm not even going to read the title of this, but here, let's see if we can make it through this. It's only 38 seconds. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make sure I hit dislike. There we go.
Penile inversion vaginoplasty is the full name of vaginoplasty. In this procedure, the surgical team is creating the outer and the inner vagina. The reason
I would like to remind the audience, this is from Boston Children's Hospital.
It's called penile inversion vaginoplasty because we use the penile skin and the scrotal skin.
Oh, come on, Fox. Of course they don't allow comment. Oh, this one does allow comments. Wow. Dislike. I'm surprised. I'm surprised this allows comments.
In order to reconstruct the vagina. By doing so, we break it down to all of its components, and we use some of the tissue to reconstruct things the way they were supposed to be for that patient.
Oh man, that's brutal. Oh god, this guy's got the worst videos. Recovery.
Vaginoplasty is a relatively big procedure. It takes about between 4 to 6 hours in the operating room, and therefore there is some swelling involved, there's some pain involved, but most of the times we actually administer epidural anesthesia as well, which helps a lot with the pain management for the patient. A very big component of the vaginoplasty procedure is the post.
This is a children's hospital. Children. He's talking about children. What?
Up care 7 to 10 days after the procedure.
These are pediatricians.
The patient is required to start doing dilations. In the dilations, they are using different sizes of dilators gradually, and they need to do that several times a day for 10-15 minutes a day. The reason for that is because otherwise the cavity will not be maintained and the whole reconstruction can be lost.
Oh, he smiled at the end. He's like, this is great stuff, guys.
Can be lost.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. Dilate for 10 minutes multiple times a day, or it will heal. Smile. God. I'm gonna have to get off of this guy. He's got all the worst ones. Chest reconstruction. Oh man. But I think they all have one about... Let's see if they agree with each other. What does it mean to be transgender?
Being transgender is an umbrella term to describe a person that feels a mismatch between their body characteristics and their gender identity. Until recent years, we used to think of a gender as a binary thing, either a female or a male, but now we understand it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's actually composed of 4 different things. The first one is gender identity, which is how you define your gender in your own head and how you feel.
Bullshit.
About it. The second one is gender expression and how you express yourself, meaning
bullshit.
How you dress up, what kind of a hairstyle you have, and how you talk. The third one is a sexual orientation, and the fourth one is actually your body characteristics, including your chromosomes, your...
The least important thing, definitely the least important part, what your body actually is.
Genitalia and other secondary body characteristics like breast and shoulders and width of your body.
That was supposed to define what transgender is? I don't think it did that. Let's see what this person says. What does it mean to be transgender? Let's try it.
So transgender is actually one of those terms that can be used in one of a couple of different ways. The first way is more of an umbrella term, and it tends to refer to a person who identifies other than the gender that would normally be associated with their birth assigned sex. For a person who might have been born with...
Stop saying assigned sex. No one is assigned a sex. Unless you're talking about God creating a child. No one is assigned a sex, okay? That's just assigned a sex.
Ovaries. Looking female at birth, they would be assigned a female gender. Being transgender might be anywhere in the spectrum of being slightly less female to all the way to male. And then narrow...
And what would even dictate? I mean, if you're just assigned a sex and it's not really a real thing, you're just assigned that, how do they decide that? Do they just look at the overall population distribution between male and female in a particular area and just say like, well, we have too many dudes here. So this one is now assigned a woman. This is assigned a woman because we got too many dudes. This is now a woman. But sir, it has a penis. No, I know. It's one of those women with penises.
or context of the word. More specifically, it refers to somebody who feels binary identification or the opposite of what they might have been assigned at birth.
Can you believe they made 90 of these videos? Of course, like I said, they removed a bunch of them after extreme backlash. Look at the number one This is how much I play Try Jesus from King Strang. It's the number one recommended. I guess I'll have to play that at the end of the show. What was I saying? Oh, here's another person. Let's see if... I'm just curious if any of their definitions of transgender line up. So that's two people. The first guy didn't define shit. The second person said you're assigned a gender, so that's wrong. It's also different than what the first guy said. So here's a third person saying, what does it mean to be transgender?
Transgender is an interesting word, and this is an area where language is changing all of the time. What people mean...
so it means nothing and everything. Got it.
Most often when they say that someone is transgender is that their gender identity, their sense of themselves as male or female or non-binary or another gender, is different than the gender that would be expected for someone with their assigned sex at birth. So someone who had a little F on their birth certificate who had a male gender identity would be considered to be transgender because they would have been expected to have a female gender identity.
Why would they be expected to have that identity? I wonder why. It's totally arbitrary. I mean, no one knows. They're just assigned. I mean, who knows? Who could tell? We'll never figure this out. Oh, man. I can tell this is going to be a rough one.
Some people have a really bad habit when they meet someone who's transgender. They say, have you had the surgery yet? There isn't the surgery. There is not one surgery that every transgender person wants. Many transgender people have...
Don't you love how they just don't give a shit about words? You're telling me that you didn't know, you wouldn't know what someone meant if you said, hey, have you had the surgery? It's an easier, nicer way to say it. It's a euphemism. You know, it's like, I mean, I could ask you, have you had the surgery? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or I could say, so have they cut open your penis and then inverted it and stabbed you over and over again? Have they done that? No, I think it's better to just say, have you had the surgery? But sure.
No interest in having surgery. For some people, expressing their gender identity through hair, clothing, or simply a fabulous attitude is all they need to present themselves as their affirmed gender. For other people, they undergo medical transition involving use of gender-affirming hormone treatments. And for others, they may have one or...
This is a children's hospital. I just can't get out. This is a children's hospital. As the first pediatric center in the country dedicated to the surgical care of transgender patients. Pediatric center. These people are going straight to hell.
Or more surgeries. They may have top surgery, which is surgery on the chest or breasts. They may have bottom surgery, surgery on the genitals. They may have facial feminization. Trans women may have a tracheal shave to reduce their Adam's apple. No two trans people have the same needs to resolve their gender dysphoria, so you can never make an assumption that any trans person wants any particular surgery or any surgery at all.
Well, I do know that because, I mean, I've seen guys on the internet who have full beards and are like, 6'3", massive shoulders, and they're like, I'm a lady. And you're like, oh, well, good to know. Sure. So these videos are particularly egregious already. I mean, just these ones alone, the ones that they deemed they could leave up. But the ones they took down, I mean, holy shit. For For some reason, they thought it was okay to keep the one about
Vaginoplasty,
Vaginoplasty
is a relatively big procedure. It takes about between 4 to 6 hours.
I don't know why this one
operating
was
room,
okay to leave
there
out.
is
But
some swelling involved. There's some pain involved. But
so this is like their this one they deemed okay. But luckily, Libs of TikTok has one of the ones that was just they took this one down for some reason. I mean, who knows why? They left the other ones up, but here, look at this is one of the ones they took down.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy at a pediatric center. Yeah, you heard that right. But actually, they took down all the videos from this woman. They don't have any videos of her up there anymore. And man, why did they have to give her that? I mean, sure, she's a ginger, but did they have to also give her that background as well?
A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries, but that's technically a separate procedure called a bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender-affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender-affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed.
Well, I would argue that no one has to have their ovaries removed. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't argue that because that would make me a bigot, and I am not one of those. Actually. Believe it or not. But, you know, as I was getting ready to do this stream, Libs of TikTok just posted another one. All this stuff, it's always like, you expect me to believe this stuff isn't coordinated? We've never heard of this. And now 2 children's hospitals put out videos about giving surgery to children at the same time. I'm willing to bet that by the end of next week, there'll be at least 3 more. And they've all made these videos. So this is from the Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. I mean, what is going on?
Hi, my name is Priya Dar. I'm one of the doctors at the Center for Adolescent and Young Adult Health here at the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. I wanted to talk to you guys today.
Yes, you're a doctor, but I mean, so was Mengele. So
a little bit about puberty blockers. Puberty blockers are basically a medication that says, hey, let's just put a pause on puberty. And that can be really beneficial for younger kids who...
Oh yeah, let's just put a pause on puberty. It's super easy. Just hit pause and, you know... I mean, you could pause puberty for 15 years if you want, and then as soon as you start it up again, it'll be just like totally normal.
have already started the puberty process who either might go through a lot of psychological distress as they go through puberty if they're struggling with gender dysphoria, or for somebody who's saying, hey, I'm not really sure if I feel comfortable in my body or what gender I truly identify with. Hi, my name is...
So that's 2 children's hospitals with this shit now. I mean, I know there's more that, you know, obviously they talk to kids about this, but we're getting the full suite of surgical options for transgender teens and young adults. Oh, man. I told you I had to play that video at the beginning of the puppies to help us get through this. This is going to be rough. But hey, someone's got to be out there saying, well, see, the thing is, you're a demon. So I don't care what you have to say about anything, especially anything relating to kids. We need more people saying this, all right? We need more people to say this. It's not funny, but I just can't help it. So, if you guys have not seen it, this is the stream schedule, the schedule for the week, and then of course, videos and shorts are going to come out any other time. So Tuesday, TikTok Tuesday, TikTok, whatever. Friday show, Saturday over the legal limit, and then videos and stream for the second channel will just be whenever. I'm probably gonna do Stray, play some more Stray after the stream tonight. We'll see how I'm feeling about it. So as you can see, they already demonetized me on this video. So if you can support the channel, super chats, check out the merch. It keeps me going. Helps me stay focused. Collecting these videos will do a number on you. Believe me. But hey, if you join the TikTok Tuesdays, you're starting to see that. Just going through TikTok, man, it's a struggle. It's not easy. That is for sure. So next up, so that was the Children's Hospital transing the kids. But of course, this started with the parents, right? So we also have the parents transing the kids, as any good parent would. I mean, really. You don't want to be bigoted. So I think this was from NBC News. Man, this I keep saying it, but this is going to be a rough one, man. This is a rough video. NBC did this thing about Title IX's impact 50 years later, and apparently it's all about trans kids now. Title IX is all about the trans kids. So, all right, we can do this. I'm telling you guys, we can get through this.
Nine-year-old Kieran Clausen collects crystals. She dabbles in face paint, and she loves sports.
What do you play?
I did play volleyball, soccer, and I want to play basketball.
To Kieran, who's transgender, it's not about racking up victories.
I don't want to win any trophies for it, though. I feel like that's the most.
Oh, here it is. This is the part. Look at the mom.
Because it's not about winning.
The mom mouthing this. The fact that they put this out just blows my mind. No one in the production of this was like, hey, maybe we should crop out mom because this is bizarre. This does not make our cause look just. Well, watch this again. Watch this again.
For it, though. I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
Mouthing the word. She has conditioned her son so much that she has phrases that she's taught him to say, and she's so caught up in it that she mouths along with it to make sure that he's saying the right thing. I mean, that is well, what's the meme where it's a transgender kid is like a vegan dog. We all know who's making the decisions here. God, it's brutal.
What's it about?
Having fun with your friends.
But next week, her state, Indiana, will ban trans girls like her from playing girls' sports, joining at least 15 other states with
dun dun dun
similar laws. Now, the Clausens' only hope is that the courts will step in.
It's tough. It's hard to do everything that you can to support your child, and then and then
it's so real. You can see the pain. It's the pain. And it just so happens that this woman who apparently is an activist just happened to have a transgender kid. And it's oh
no. Do everything that you can to support your child, and then
everything's fine, and then
and then have lawmakers come in who don't know anything and say that you're doing the wrong thing for your child. It's really hard.
It's very personal.
Of course that's the dad. Of course that's the dad. This little mousy dude. Oh, man.
It's very personal. Lawmakers are attacking one of the smallest minorities that we have.
Title IX is so important to our family, and it's not just for sports. It's so that she is not discriminated against because of her identity.
50 years ago.
They're doing this for her. I mean, this is... Oh, they're fighting the good fight. Because, you know, this is... Can you believe this? This is just brutal.
Today, Title IX became a landmark law banning discrimination against women and girls in most schools. But the fight now centers around whether that federal right should extend to transgender students.
It's very sad that Title IX has kind of been warped to include biological males when it should be protecting biological females.
Wow, I can't believe they let her on this program.
Chelsea Mitchell is one of 4 student athletes suing the Connecticut Association of Schools, now appealing the case's dismissal, arguing the state violated their Title IX protections by letting trans girls compete against them at track meets.
From the moment I stepped foot on the track.
It's just bizarre. You would think that what Title IX states would make it pretty clear, right? Well, you're not a girl or a woman. Even if you want to say you're transgender, fine. That's a different category. This law is about females. But sure, yeah.
In my first race, I fell in love with the sport.
What about young transgender girls who are also falling in love with track? Should they be denied the same experience that you've had?
Well, that's the thing. They always say this as if they're being denied something, you know? And it's, no, I mean, you could still go do whatever the hell you want to do. You just can't compete with the women. How hard is this to understand? I mean, you could still do it recreationally. And hell, eventually they're going to make a transgender league, I'm sure. So there'll be all 8 transgender athletes in the country competing on a myriad of different things. But, you know, why is this so hard for people? I don't understand.
Everyone deserves the opportunity to compete. It just needs to be done where it's most fair. And women's sports need to be kept as women's sports.
This week, swimming's global government.
Man, I can't believe they gave those 2 girls as much airtime as they did. That's dangerous territory for NBC to air that such hateful and bigoted words for that long of an amount of time. I mean, that's... Whew.
Governing body effectively banned trans women from competing in women's events, only letting swimmers compete in them if they transitioned before age 12.
See, this is why we're starting to see Boston Children's Hospital and Pittsburgh Children's Hospital opening up their new transgender pediatric wards, because that's what this has all been about, right? We gotta transition them younger. Transition 12 or younger, and then you can compete with the women.
Decision coming just a few months after Leah Thomas made history as the first trans woman to win an NCAA swimming championship.
It is a policy.
I'm sorry, did you say Leah Thomas made history? I think what you meant to say is Leah Thomas made her story.
That we need to introduce in order to protect the competitive fairness of our event.
LGBTQ advocacy groups slamming swimming's latest move as discriminatory, as some of the sports world's biggest superstars, like Billie Jean King and Megan Rapinoe, work to fight anti-trans laws, like the one about to go into effect in Indiana, where the Clausens live. We told Rapinoe what Kieran told us.
She just wants to play with her friends. What's your message to her?
Oh, gosh.
No one's stopping you from playing with your friends. You can play with your friends. I mean, do it recreationally. I don't understand. not everyone gets to compete in a professional setting. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is here. You know, I understand. Obviously, I'm using the term professional as like, you know, obviously this isn't professional, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
We're with you, and
but we have Megan Rapinoe here to give us her take, because I'm sure this is important.
It's like emotional to think about. I mean, this kid's, you know, so young. She just literally wants to play with her friends.
For Rapinoe, it's personal.
God forbid a trans person.
Wait, for Rapinoe, it's personal? Did we just find out that Megan Rapinoe is transgender? I think we did.
Person excel in sports. I would rather have that than have kids committing suicide. I would literally give up.
God, they love that one. Listen, it's either let them play sports wherever they want, or they're literally going to kill themselves. Sounds like they need better parents. I mean, if suicide's on the table because you can't kick a ball around with the people you want to, you got bigger problems than transgender women or girls playing with actual females. Much bigger problems.
Everything that I've ever achieved for not one of these kids to feel what they're feeling.
Kieran seems undeterred with a message now about her journey.
Never stop being you. That's it.
Never stop being you.
There's so many kids that don't even have the opportunity to express who they really are.
This seems so genuine.
We are acknowledging.
Okay, I know it was said in the comments or in the chat, and I said it about, you know, of course that's the guy.
We are.
And it was, but this legitimately looks like a lesbian couple. That legitimately. I figured it out. The dad is trans. That's what's going on here. This all goes back to dad. Dad is, they were a lesbian couple. Dad has transitioned. Then they adopted this little boy and decided to turn the little boy into a little girl. Figured it out. This is like a NBC Today. It's a mystery. It's a you gotta crack the code. I figured it out.
Acknowledging more people as who they are than taking something away from somebody else.
The Biden administration is expected to issue a new regulation, several months delayed now, which would reportedly shore up protections for transgender students.
Oh, thank God. Add that to the list of accomplishments for the Biden administration. Oh, come on. Biden can't even put on his own pants. I hope you guys learned something there. That was important information. I, for one, can't wait for the Biden administration to finally start taking, you know, the trans kids in sports thing seriously. Whew, it's been a long time coming. All right, guys, we're almost there. It's everyone's favorite show. What are they mad about now? Just got one more video to play. This one's worth it, and it's not trans related, and it probably won't make you want to end your own life because of watching it, like some of these other content, or some of these other videos have. Are you ready? Russia, I think, as a country, has now become like the king of trolling. Russia trolls better than anybody I've ever seen. So, if you like trolling, here's an ad from Russia explaining why you should move to Russia. And it's fantastic.
This is Russia. Delicious cuisine. Beautiful women.
See, the first dig right there. Oh, you think it's so great over there in the West? Well, our women have vaginas. Take that, America.
Cheap gas. Riches.
Oh, cheap gas. We control the gas prices everywhere. We raised the gas price in your country, according to your president. It's still cheap over here.
History. World famous literature. Unique architecture. Fertile soil. Cheap electricity and water.
Dude, this is... What a fantastic troll. I mean, this is just... It's brilliant, honestly.
Cheap taxi and delivery. Traditional values.
Traditional values. Oh, you think you're so progressive over there in the West, huh? Well, your little boys want to be little girls, so we win.
Christianity. No cancel culture.
This whole ad is just Russia saying, move to Russia. We aren't a bunch of pussies.
Hospitality. Vodka. Economy that can withstand thousands of sanctions.
I mean, this is brilliant. Man. Oh, you literally tried to cancel our entire country. Well, we don't have cancel culture here. Your sanctions mean nothing to us. Oh, you want to put sanctions on us? Not buy our oil? We made more money the last quarter, whatever it was, on oil than we ever have in our nation's history. Well done. Well played.
Time to move to Russia. Don't delay. Winter is coming.
And then the random Game of Thrones reference at the end. Honestly, it makes me want to move to Russia. I'm not even kidding. I mean, it's brilliant. It's impressive. I mean, if there's one thing the Russians apparently know how to do, it's troll everybody. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go to Russia. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Make sure you text it to your friends. Gather everyone in the living room. It's about to happen. What are they mad about now? Number 15. And I don't remember, but I don't think there's any transgender stuff. This has been a very transgender heavy episode. Stream, whatever. Oh yeah, the rich history. Our gulags are world renowned. It's a brilliant troll though. I mean, well played, honestly. Well played from the Russians on that. Yeah, we did make it really easy on them. I mean, it's not hard to make all this look foolish, that's for sure. I love how the first one is just a complete dig at transgenderism, feminism, everything. In Russia, our women are biological women. Russia, where the women have been penis-free for all time. I mean, they make some good points. They really do. All right. Are you guys ready? What are they mad about now? Number 15. And we're just going to keep going, man. There's no stopping this train.
Welcome to 15 Seconds of Feminism. This is the hill I will die on. If you're a man and you consider yourself a feminist, if your social media content is only making fun of other men, even if it's for the right reasons, I need you to suss out why that's a problem. Let me help you. If you are a true feminist, you would be centering the voices of women, instead of fostering the unhealthy male competition that is a byproduct of patriarchy. You're welcome.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm glad she said you're welcome, because I was about to thank her. And, man, I'm not even really sure what she's mad about there, but it's something. Anyway, welcome back. YouTube's favorite show. What are they mad about now? I'm going to show you a picture, and then I'm going to give you 3 options in the chat of what this person is so rightfully angry about. And as a disclaimer, I always have to say, these people are totally sane, well-adjusted, normal people. Everything they say is completely reasonable, and I would never suggest otherwise. All right. Our first contestant. Is this person angry about billionaires, white people, or the police? Vote now. She kind of looks like an old hippie, so it really could be any of them. Though, the lefty hippies don't seem to be mad about billionaires anymore, really. I mean, they say that they are, but yet they support everything that they do. Yeah, the billionaire class, they're terrible. What do you think about Bill Gates? Oh, well, he's awesome. He's saving the world. His work with COVID, amazing. Billionaires and white people. Oh, no. White people inching ahead, as they always do. Hawaii, just in time for what are they mad about now? And it's the first one, so you're right in time. Cast your votes. Still got a few more people we're waiting on. Nealon, how's it going, man? Yep, just in time. This is round 1. Is this person angry about billionaires, white people, or the police? Though if I was a leftist, I'd say those are all the same thing. All right, everybody. Vote now or forever hold your peace. And everyone would be mad if they did. All right, going once. Going twice. The white people take the win with 64% of the vote. Oh, no, there was a vote that came in right at the last second. White people still take the win with 58% of the vote. As it should be. As it should be. All right. Show me white people.
Just a quick PSA for my fellow white folk, okay? Stay in your lane.
White people.
Just stay in your lane. I assure you it doesn't involve you. So, I'm glad we had this talk. Okay.
Ah, yes. I'm glad we had this talk as well. That was, white people, you heard her. Just stay in your lane. Which is their way of saying, shut up and go away. Okay. If you were on TikTok Tuesday, you will remember this person. This is Fifi, the transgender comedian that performed at the Netflix Comedy Festival. Man, their bar is low at Netflix. So, is Fifi angry about clothing, bathrooms, or statues? Hey, I never blew a turd and a half, man. That's gross. One half, maybe. But a one whole one and another half? Never. Not me. Couldn't be. What's really obvious is the eyes. You can always spot a liberal. I mean, look at those just crazy eyes. Well-adjusted people often look like this, is what I've heard. Bathrooms coming in at first place, 70% of the vote. All right, we've got like 10 more people who need to vote, so get in there. The polls are closing. Ah, yes, Hawaii, as opposed to all of the other transgenders that are amazingly convincing. All right, it looks like that's it. Everyone's in. Everyone, oh, no. See, there's always one that comes in right when I think we're done. Yes, Anthony, never forget, trans women are women. Okay, 73% of the vote says bathrooms. Let's see what we got.
Enough with the fucking Confederate statues already.
Oh.
I remember being taught in school that Robert E. Lee wasn't racist, he was just motivated by a love of his homeland. Like someone's just that stoked about Virginia.
Hey, don't
All
rip on
monuments suck
Virginia.
anyway.
Jeez, what's
I'm
the
from
problem?
South Dakota, we have Mount Rushmore, that thing is a turd and a half. I'm convinced the only reason they made it in the first place is because some rich guys in the 20s were probably like, oh, this is going to be really dangerous to build. We'll probably end up killing a lot of Irishmen. So that'll be fun. Southerners, I will give you this.
This is a
It's not
Netflix-approved
great look
comedian,
for the rest
by the
of
way.
America to have had slavery for hundreds of years and then acted like a cunt about it for the rest of history. Women in the 1840s were probably like, oh my god, can you believe those Southerners? What a bunch of rednecks. I can't even believe it. You have slave cotton up your pussy, you dingbat. Oh, by the way, fun Civil War fact. Did you know Abraham Lincoln was a giant homo and he covered it up by marrying a special needs lady? I don't know what to do with that information either.
Wow. I mean, that was... I warned you. I told you Fifi was a comedian. That was damn funny. I mean, like, in the way that severe mental illness can be funny. I mean, that it is definitely true that it is possible. But I would never say that it is. Okay. Round 3. Come on, get the poll. There we go. Okay. Is this lovely lady angry about Roe v. Wade, colonizers, or Donald Trump? The colonist angst look. I'm going to start a band called Colonist Angst. It's going to be a bunch of white dudes writing folk songs about how the country was better when there was more white people. I think it's a hit. I think this concept, I think it'll work. Oh man, it's tied. Roe v. Wade and colonizers are tied 50-50. She does have that look of like, you can tell that she's got a little bit of something ethnic in there, but she's also like half white. And so she makes that little bit of ethnic like her entire personality. You can tell just by looking at her. My favorite part of this game is when I forget what the answer is, so then it's fun for me to play too. All right, 55%. The colonizers coming out on top. Yeah, that is a pretty intense scar. Must have had open heart surgery or something. All right, once again, as is always the case, the colonizers are coming out on top. Yeah, baby. All right, let's see what we got.
Roe v. Wade is overturned, which ultimately means our right to medical privacy is gone. So for anybody that uses a digital menstrual cycle tracking app, please delete it now. For your safety, please delete your account and delete the app off of any of your devices.
Our right to medical privacy is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This woman's got like the classic wine mom feminist look going on. You know that she thinks she's super duper smart. And she hates white men, even though she's married to one. But he's different. He's different. Okay. Is our feminist wine mom angry about people being polite, being understanding, or being white? I, for one, know that all three of those trigger me. That is for sure. Man, is being white gonna come out on top? I'm noticing a trend here. White people won the vote earlier. Colonizers won the vote earlier. Now being white is winning the vote. Man, you guys either really like white people or you really hate them. I know, that haircut. She's got, like I said, she's got the classic. She's got like the, you know, late 2000s, early 2010s feminist look going on. You know, she lives in a really nice upper middle class neighborhood that's all white. But then, you know, she sits around sipping Chardonnay with her friends, and they all complain about the plight of the black man and how they need to do something to help him. And oh, it's tragic. All right. Man, for the third time, white is coming out in first place. There are some deep-seated racial issues in this chat, I think. All right. Anyone else? Bueller. All right, being white comes in on top with 45% of the vote. Every damn time. All right, let's see.
Okay, if you're a man and you refer to me as young lady, I will be referring to you as old man. No further questions.
You guys, man, you missed the mark on that one. I'm ashamed of you. 18% of you got it right, though. And of course, another one from this amazing woman. So you have a chance to redeem yourself if you got that one wrong. Okay. Is this lovely young woman upset about people being reasonable, people being kind, or people being straight? It's a tie between being kind and being straight. Oh, no, being kind ekes out ahead. None of the options have to do with being white, so how do you know what to vote for now? Oh, man. Being kind and being straight, neck and neck. All right, it looks like the people have spoken. Being kind. Any last minute voters? Going once? Going twice? All right, being kind. First place with 50% of the vote. Let's see what we got.
If you are a white woman with be kind in your bio, I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to you about why that doesn't mean what you think it means. Kindness can only exist from a place of honesty. Kindness means operating from a place of benevolence. So even if somebody is saying something to you and it sounds harsh, if they're saying it to you with the intention of showing you a truth, that is a form of kindness. Even if it's displayed through anger and frustration, it is a form of kindness being held accountable and being shown the truth. What you're actually saying when you say be kind in your bio is be nice. And that is a tactic of white supremacy, because being nice means being pleasing or agreeable, which is what you're asking. You're asking for feedback, but only if they're nice to you about it. As white women, we self-infantilize a lot. Learn how to recognize kindness through strong emotions.
Oh, sorry. That was the wrong thumbnail. Here we go. Man, I love how racist these people are. Where she's like, being kind is an instrument of white supremacy. Because if you honestly expect somebody who isn't white to be a kind person, you're just shit out of luck on that one. Because if there's one thing that is white supremacist, it's expecting people to be nice. You can't expect that. Are you crazy? He's black. He can't be nice. That's not me saying that, YouTube. That's what the feminist wine mom is saying. Okay. Next contestant. Is this person angry about Black Lives Matter, Republicans, or just some virtue signal thing? I don't know. All right, guys, don't forget, if you enjoy the games and you can afford to do so, please leave a super chat. Keeps the game rolling, because unlike PBS, we actually are supported by viewers like you. The options on this one, man. Some virtue signal thing, I don't know. Coming in first place, 50% of the vote. Sometimes I find I just give up on trying to come up with things to say. I don't know. It's all so tiresome. These people. All right, going once. Going twice. All right. Oh, I ended it right when someone voted. It happens every time. Now we ended up with a tie. This does no one any good. Who is the one that sneaks in right under the wire every time? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? I'm not. I will not accept a tie. We have to do the tiebreaker. Try again. I removed the one that was obviously no one was going with BLM. We have to do this again. Immediately goes to a tie. Right when it the first thing that happened made it a tie. Okay. No longer a tie. So I knew someone was going to do it. You guys are going to make it a tie intentionally, aren't you? This is not how the system is meant to work. You're making a mockery of my democracy. That's not cool, man. Oh, we are sitting here until one more person votes. We're sitting right here. Okay. I swear to God, if someone comes in under the wire. Okay. Republicans with 53% of the vote. I'm glad we got that sorted. I was not going to let that happen. All right, here we go.
Just a quick reminder that if a marginalized person has to be nice to you online or in real life for you to give them allyship, that's not allyship, that's extortion. Too many instances of people who are saying things like, well, if you're not going to be nice to me, then why should I help fight for you?
Who
if the
says
basis
that?
of you fighting for someone else's rights is whether or not someone is nice to you personally, then you're not doing it because you know that it's the right thing, you're doing it for clout. Performative allyship sucks. This is not an exchange. People do not owe you their friendship just because you are fighting for their humanity, which is something they should have had in the first place. Withholding your influence just because a marginalized person doesn't want to be besties with you is an abuse of power. Do you want a medal or do you want progression?
What? I would love anyone to explain to me what in the name of God we just listened to. I mean, what was that? What is that? What was she talking about? I have no idea. If you say that, what was it? If you say that someone, your respect for someone is contingent on what they can do for you, I don't know, man. Something. It's just. It was a mad lib of virtue signal words. just thrown together. Now, as you can tell, this next person is what's the nice way to say this? They really have it together, I guess. Yeah, they're no crazy going on here. Okay. Is this lovely young lady angry about the insurrection, police brutality, or fascist parents? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she says the F word like 26 times in this video. Definitely has a Gilbert Godfrey look. We just cannot stay away from the ties. You're doing it intentionally now. Now it's a three-way tie. Voters are very split on this issue. Really, you could, I mean, just by looking at this woman, you could probably pick anything, and she's probably been mad about it at some point. It's almost guaranteed. Whatever it is she's mad about, I'm sure it's completely justified and well thought out. I feel like there's a secret chat somewhere that you guys have going where you're like, all right, let's make it a tie on these two options. Is there a separate stream going where you guys are in another chat to, hey, let's mess with Swamp and We're going to tie insurrection and fascist parents. Oh, hey, thanks, Flair. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, come on. It can't be a tie. You're doing this on purpose, guys. I can't vote. They won't let me. We can do this, guys. Tie breaker. We've got what, 20 something people? What? Someone can vote. Hey, that's not cool, man. You never ask someone who they voted for or what they vote. You know, it's just it's in poor taste. There we go. We got it now. Fascist parents coming in with 42% of the vote. All right, let's take a look.
I have a rage built up inside of me because I see how this is all connected. I've seen how this is all connected, and I am
how very Alex
so
Jones of you.
Angry. Let me tell you who brought that Supreme Court case. It was Josh Hawley of Missouri, Ted Cruz of Texas, and Mike Lee of Utah. Why the fuck does that matter? We know they're fuckboys in the Senate. They are fuckboys that participated in an insurrection. From everything that I
really
can
should
tell,
move my tip jar
with my
so you can
eyes,
actually read
with
that.
my ears, and that's just the shit that they release to the public. And you know they don't release shit to the public that's like not okay to get out.
It's
So from
amazing how
everything I can
close she
tell,
can be to getting it.
They actively
But
participated
just is so wrong.
in an attempt to overthrow our government, which, from everything I've been taught for my entire fucking life, is fucking treason. And they brought that case to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court justice has a wife who also participated. Do you see how this is problematic? Do you see the checks and balances that don't fucking work? When they use
It's like she's so
democratic
close to
means
getting it, but
to take over undemocratically,
takes a
we can't just
detour
sit
into
back
crazy
and
town.
say, oh, gee, well, the rules, I guess. We're just going to watch this happen because the rules, I guess. What the fuck? I'm watching Ukraine being taken over.
It's man,
My
she's got the
entire
whole
life.
NPC
We
download,
profess
man.
about democracy and freedom and fighting for that shit. And those people are fighting for that shit. And what are we doing? What is the United States doing? What are we doing with these cases? How do the Democrats win the popular vote? Like 7 times in a row, and yet the Republicans picked 6 of the 9 last sitting
Man.
Supreme Court justices. What the fuck?
It's impressive,
How do
honestly.
we pay so much in taxes, but we have nothing? We have less and less. How are we collectively not demanding more of our government. How? How did we let this fucking virus happen and people lie to us to our
What is she?
faces? And we
Man. And that's where the clip ended. I didn't end it there. I guess she just ranted for a while. That person, I mean, she sounded like a homeless person rambling on the street. Let's be honest. Don't you see what they're doing? Huh? They overturned Roe v. Wade because Ukraine is being invaded and they're taking our democracy. What? It's an insurrection, man. Huh? Schizophrenia, man. It's what our government has. The government and the news media, man, it's what they've done to people. Their brains just don't work anymore. And I love how, did you catch the thing where she said that they democratically did these things, which is how they're like ruining our democracy? It's like they even voted, you know, it's like, she's like, yeah, they were all democratically elected and they all were doing the things they said they were going to do within the legal system, which is basically just destroying our legal system and our democracy. I'm sorry, what? You're saying the system works, but you don't like it, so it must not work. Because if the system worked, you would like it. Oh, brilliant. So this well-adjusted young lady, she's got a lot to say. It's actually it's brilliant, really. I think I'm gonna, trust me, I followed this person so I can get my head on right by listening to what she has to say. So, is this person angry about hormones, video games, or just America as a whole? Oh yeah, and as far as the IRS agents thing, I actually saw several people and some like news anchors and stuff arguing. You know how when during the Summer of Love, you know, with the mostly peaceful rioting, so many people were saying, well, I mean, you wouldn't have gotten shot if you didn't attack the police officer. Just, you know, be reasonable. Just don't commit crimes. And they were saying, that's crazy. That's not a, how can you say that? That's crazy. They're the ones that are now arguing. I swear I saw this on TV today, or on one of, you know, clips. I don't actually have a TV, but it's clips online of these anchors saying that 87,000 new agents isn't a problem if you just abide by the law. If you are a law-abiding citizen, there's no reason to be afraid of all these new IRS agents. And it's like, what? You spent 2 years explaining to me how that was BS and they were corrupt and the authorities would come after you no matter what. Good times, good times. All right, America coming in first place, as it always does. Am I right? %46 believe that America is number one. That number seems a little low, guys. We all know America's number one. All right, let's see. What is this person so angry about.
America is the greatest country in the world. America is the greatest country in the world, yet black men and women are still getting killed. America is the greatest country in the world, yet LGBTQ lives still don't matter to you. America is the greatest country in the world, yet women still just belong in the kitchen. America is the greatest country in the world where you have freedom. But if you aren't a straight, cis, white male, there's no freedom. America is shit. America is the greatest country in the world, my ass. Lives are still getting taken and you're doing nothing about it. The justice system is here to protect us, yet they're the ones killing us. I looked up to cops when I was little, but now I'm just disgusted. America is the greatest country in the world, yet no one is getting peace, freedom, or happiness. Where you're allowed to be who you are, unless you aren't a straight cis white male. America is not the greatest country in the world.
You know, I'm glad when I was that age, there wasn't TikTok or really, I mean, there was, the big thing was MySpace, and that's just wasn't the same. I mean, that's just, it's not a, man, these people, this is out there now. Everyone knows. One day when they grow out of all this nonsense, which some of them will, most of them probably will, and be like, "Hey mom, is this you?" And she'll be like, "Son of a bitch," and you're like, "Ha ha, look how stupid you were, mom." They'll be like, "Mom, I found you on another cringe compilation." Oh. Okay. You know, I didn't do this intentionally, but it's been all women. I didn't know that, well, except for Fifi. I mean, Fifi, obviously, but I didn't realize that, what I'm about now, number 15, was going to be all about the ladies. The young ladies, as Wine Mom brought up. Okay. This person, is she mad about... Oh, come on. There. Is she mad about her own ideas, her own house, or her own hair? Oh, hey. The porn bots are back. Man, there's been a lot of those lately. It is kind of similar to the blonde Karen, though. They all love that like high and tight cut, you know. She's got like the Zoomer version of it, though. Karen had, yeah, like the Boomer Flock of Seagulls version. This girl here has got the Zoomer version, the curly, messy on top, you know. All right, are all the votes in? Her own hair is coming in first place with 50% of the vote. All right. Is that it? Going once? Going twice? All right. Her own hair. Coming in first place. 46%. All right. Let's see what's up.
Is anyone else, like with multiple minority identities, tired of diversity inclusion stuff being taught by like specifically one white woman and one black guy? Because like, I'm tired, and 20 years of being a black, gay, Chinese woman has taught me much more than anything the two of them together could teach me in 30 minutes.
She loves diversity and inclusion, but not that way. Her own ideas bite her in the ass. That's gotta be rough. That's gotta be rough. All right, guys, this is the last one. And I thought I'd bring a man in to see if he could maybe bring some sound logic and reason to what has otherwise been a chaotic and insane episode. So let's see. Let's see if this guy can do it. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but if anyone could do it, it would be the one man in the video, right? Am I right, fellas? Though I guess, I mean, maybe he's taking like estrogen injections or something. I mean, I don't know. Anything is possible nowadays. All right. Is this gentleman angry about Christianity, freedom, or masculinity? Masculinity, first place, 58%. Yeah, this man does seem a bit round, doesn't he? He's very round. And I feel like the only people who are out of shape, who should really be allowed to wear, like what he's wearing with the, Under Armour athletic polo, it really should only be NFL coaches. I mean, if you're a fat bastard, don't wear athletic gear. Come on, man. Who are you fooling? All right, is that it? Everyone's cast their votes? All right, before the final reveal, don't forget to check out the Swamp merch and definitely send in a super chat if you can do it. Very much appreciated. Thank you guys for sticking around for the whole show. This is it. This is the last one. 58%. Masculinity wins again. Man. This show's been... what are they mad about now? Number 15's been pretty based. I mean, we had white people win. We had colonizers win. We had masculinity win. So, I mean... Good for you guys. It's we're with it, man. We're saving the country. All right, let's find out what Soy Boy Ginger here is so upset about.
Listen, if you say putting more regulations on firearms is taking your freedom away, you don't understand how freedom really works. Freedom doesn't mean lawless free-for-all. This isn't the Wild West. Freedom comes with regulations. It's how it works. You want to drive in this country? Cool, but wait until you're 15. Then you go to driver's ed. Then you pass a written exam. Then you spend several months driving with another licensed driver. Then you pass a driving exam. And some states even periodically retest after that. So yeah, it's a problem that it's exponentially easier to get a firearm than it is to drive a car. And don't act like y'all are against regulations, because y'all want to build a wall and make it damn near impossible for anybody from Mexico to move their family here. Coincidentally, you want to know how many school shootings there have been in Mexico since 2009? 8. How many in the good old US of A? 288. So clearly my kids would be safer at school in Mexico. But sure, let's build a wall. These thoughts and prayers really seem to be working.
That man really just said that he thinks there's less mass shootings in Mexico than there are in the United States. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Everyone, I would certainly suggest sending your children to Mexico because it's just safer. It's just safer. And you know what? That stupid comment at the end there about these thoughts and prayers really seem to be helping. That guy, if I remember right, I'm like 90% sure I remember right that guy is a pastor. He's a pastor. I mean, wow. Why are they all like this? These little doughy, whiny. My kids would be safer in Mexico. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh. All right, everyone. This has been What Are They Mad About Now? Number 15. Number 15 is on the books. It's been a hell of a ride, man. A hell of a ride. No. WATMAN. WATMAN. All right, I won't do that again. Sorry about that. Seemed appropriate. I don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out for another Swamp Friday Live. And I said I was going to do it, and I am going to do it. And you better believe this meme is never going to die. So you're just going to have to get used to it. All right.
Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I fight.
Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I throw hands.
This is how you kick off the weekend right here.
Getting slapped, when you fuck with me.
You're gonna have to scrap.
Try Jesus,
Don't try me.
'cause I fight.
I got no problem
laying these hands.
Try Jesus, don't try me. Yes, but I fight.
Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I throw hands.
In the Bible they talk about turn that cheek, well, that part that blood, well, it don't sit right with me, yeah.
Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I fight. Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I fight. Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I throw hands.
In the Bible they don't bother me, that's the only part of that book that don't sit right with me, yeah. Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I fight. I got
No problem laying these hands. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Try Jesus. Don't try me. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Check out the merch. Hit like. Hit subscribe. I mean, I assume you're probably already subscribed. Check that your notifications are on, and I think I'm going to go play Stray for a little while on the second channel, and we'll be doing Over the Legal Limit tomorrow. So I will see you guys then.